Sergeant, how are you? A little bit of a lead-in to what we're going to do today. We're going to learn one of my favorite, kind of more hidden track Ozzy Osbourne songs. The song's called Road to Nowhere, from No More Tears. Most of the songs on No More Tears are down a half step, so we want to kind of think about that. I'm in standard tuning today. I like to teach things in standard because I think it's a little bit more relatable to those out there. We don't have to grab another guitar and or tune it. But this is a cool song to play. It's one of my favorite Zakk Wylde pieces for this melodic content, and there's some really great arpeggiated things that happen with some open chords. So we're going to have some great chord usage. We're going to have a little bit of power chord usage with some aggression, and we'll even address the solo today. So let's go ahead and get started with this. And let's kind of look at the chords that we have at the beginning of the intro, and then we'll talk about how to arpeggiate them. So we're starting off with some typical cowboy chords. We have a D major. Everybody loves that chord. We're going to go to an A. I'm going to play the A that way, but I'm barring it. I have my G chord. So that's all pretty straightforward, right? Nothing about that is going to trick us up too much. Now, the very beginning of this, and I'm going to say the best way to execute this is I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. Maybe switch to my front pickup there, tighten it up. Here, my guitar's kind of falling apart. We like that. We like that. Just showing we're real here. You know, all the little screws and points sometimes need to be tightened. So as we go through this from our D chord. So I'm going to call off the strings that I'm arpeggiating. That will make it a lot easier. So I'm going to go 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go to an A chord. And notice I'm kind of keeping that same feel where I go forward a string or two and then I go straight to the high ones and I return. So that means for the A, I went 5th string to the 4th string, and then I went 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Just one string up from what I did on the D chord. Now for the G chord, I'm going to strum my G. I'm going to go 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's pretty easy. Let's put this together. All pretty straight ahead. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lift my index finger and do a cool hammer-on motion off of my 5th string. Now what that is I'm hitting my A string open as I've lifted this. I'm going to hammer on with my 1st finger, go straight to the D string. I'm going to hit this fretted note and hit the G string open. And that's what I have there. So from the beginning. And then I'm going to walk down. This is so fun. And then I'm going to build up on that A chord. So you could tell as I went from here. Let's watch that right hand, kind of maybe zoom in on this. Because I'll be honest, there's a little bit of liberty here. We're looking for the timing of the arpeggiation more than anything else. So from the beginning. And that's going to take us off there, right into the really cool melody that happens coming up here out of our pentatonic shape. So I'm going to shift up here now to the 14th fret. This is how we start this little climb. So let's go through that slow. 14, 16, 14. Watch me flatten my finger. Big bend. Pinky. So you can see from the momentum as I bring in that pinky, I get one of those nice, really cool bends on 17 where I come up and I come down, and then I go to my 1st finger. Now leading into that. So I'm going to go really slow and kind of play these. I think the best way to do this, to be honest, is to kind of follow along with me, maybe pause that thing really quick, make sure we're together and playing the right thing. When you get into intricate parts like this, I want it to feel like it's just you and me hanging, you know, we're just getting lost in doing this song. So we're going to go through this really nice and slow and pause the video as you go. I think that'll be the best way. This is really the only crazy lead part that we're going to do probably in this segment. The next one will probably be a separate video. So we have... for 15, 14. So what's cool about that is I'm going to go down from 15 on the high string. And as I bend that, I get like a double bend, and then I bring in that high E string. And that's going to be our little melody before our descending walk. So it may seem like a lot. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to play it from the beginning. Oops. And then we're good. So you see that descending line where we have... You can see why I love something like this. It's so melodic, very Zakk Wylde. Watch what I did there. I hammered from 15 to 17, down to 14. 15, 14, 17, 15. I'm going to trill on my third string. 14, 11 and 12, 7 and 9. And back to my D chord. And that's the way I'm going to take my way out of that. So, big business there, but we're pretty straightforward and we're okay. We're doing really, really well, and we've got ourselves to the intro and the melody. And as far as soloing goes, because these are sometimes new things for us, and we need a little bit of help and guidance, we have all the things that you need. Actually, in that YouTube text box that you see below is a really great link. If you click on that link, what you'll get is a free video and coinciding ebook that's not available for the YouTube fans out there, but what you get is a cool book on how to solo. So we're out there to offer some extra information. All you gotta do is click on the link, you'll get a free book and video that shows you all the scales, all the different shapes of the scales, the different modes, and some various techniques that you need with pentatonic scales and diatonic scales, all that stuff. All that terminology that you hear from time to time, we've put it together in a nice, really easy video, and all you gotta do is click on that link. The rest of the song is gonna be no problem because a lot of what happens in the verse is based off of what happens in the intro. So I'm gonna play our verse part for you. So when we hear sounds like that happen on the D chord, because we have so much content today, we want to be pretty straight ahead. As I play that D, watch how I bring in this pinky. So I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, open, fretted. On the A chord, what I might do sometimes is suspend it by hitting the B string and hammering on and pulling off, and then hitting the third string and then the fourth string. So those are just a couple of the simple little inflections that might happen in that verse. Here's that A. Back up to that G. That's going to take care of us in our verse section. The way we will lead out of that verse section is a really nice bend that's going to be in our B position. And I'm going to do a double bend there where I have my third finger on the 9th fret, my pinky laid across the 10th fret, 2nd string, and the 1st string. And I'm going into this. Look at that. So that's going to be a B power chord sliding into a C power chord. Now watch this little walk up. That's that's a huge stretch with my finger. So what I have going on from this G chord is I'm going to hit an open low string, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Look at all that. So what I have there from this position now is D, C, D, A, 1 fretted F on the 4th string, go into a pinch harmonic on the 5th fret, 5th string. Now I'm going to ring out a D chord without my middle finger place. We're almost done with the body of the song, people, so we're doing pretty good. One more time. A chord, descending lines, 5, 4, 2, open. All on the D string, down strummed. I want to talk about how to do a pinch harmonic real quick, because we did hear those come up in there from, and that's really aggressive on that D right there. And then we'll talk about our bridge section, and we're going to be pretty in good shape today. So when I do pinches, I'm going to turn this way just because I know it is, you know, the Zakk Wylde pinch harmonic is definitely its own animal. I would say it's a little more intense than some of the regular pinches. And the idea behind the vibrato is I think that the note has to happen, or the pinch has to happen before you tweak it. Now you could really see that I'm so far up on this that as I strike right here, it's this part of my thumb right there that's going to hit with that pick in a downward motion. So that's where the actual artificial harmonic is happening from. If I can do this light enough, you can tell that if I just touch the string lightly, that's essentially what creates it. So my thumb has to act in that kind of fashion. They change in pitch depending upon where you play them here because the tension of the guitar changes. So tighter, looser, and everybody kind of has their sweet spot, so to speak, of where they're comfortable with it. So I just want to make sure and address that because those sometimes can be tricky. You can play them forever and then one day they just kind of show up. So that's really important to think about. The bridge section, and then we're out, right? And we'll do the solo in another video. So the bridge section is going to be really easy. We're going to go to a B flat chord. That's going to be in the 1st fret. I'm going to jump up to an F chord. I'm going to go down to a G bar chord or power chord. Back to my F, to my E flat. We'll say, cool lick. Go back to that. So that's a pentatonic oriented run up here on G. Thinking straight pentatonic there. 18, 15, 17, 15, 17, 15. I'll play it in context. One of my favorite parts of that song. Up to F. We've made it to the solo. And you know what? I think we've got a big part of this song now that we can jam out. I'm going to play it for you so we can see everything that we have. But this is really a fun song to play. It's a lot, it's obscure, but when we get into Ozzy, sometimes we want to play some of the great songs or the deep cuts on the tracks that can teach you just as much. So, before I play this out, I want to say, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, leave us a comment, the 3 most important things that we would like you to do, just so we get your feedback and we can help provide you with the material and content that you love the most. We release them all the time. So many things coming out of us here on a weekly basis. So I'm going to play this for you. Thanks for checking it out. Epic guitar instruction. I really appreciate it. And I think I'm going to kick this off. I'm going to start from right here. so much, everybody. See you next time.